Non-Americans, what is the most shocking thing you saw when visiting the United States? Woke up early on vacation in Florida and the sidewalk outside my hotel was absolutely covered in lizards and it was amazing. Today I was in a shopping center and there was a woman pushing a pushchair around, however it wasn't a baby in there but 2 dogs. That's more common than I'd like to admit. Rite Aid, I can get a flu shot, HIV test, a bottle of tequila, Snickers bars and pizza pockets all from the same store. Awesome. IHOP, I can get an entire day's worth of calories in one meal. Also having $1 notes made me feel like I was rich. I had a huge wad of notes, but like 20 of them were $1, but still, it's a nice feeling. I'm Vietnamese and when I moved to the US, cars outnumber motorcycles, so it was like going to the future. The less shocking was seeing white and black people because I have never seen other races before. I was surprised that I couldn't buy over-the-counter cough syrup without it. Went to a Walmart in Maine that was so huge the ceiling met the floor at a horizon. Also they sold liquor there on the cheap. Peruvian here. The first thing my mother and I said was, wow, everything is so quiet. I'm from Singapore and we're pretty much a conservative and reserved society. I visited the US for an elective program at UCLA. Go Bruins. And the thing that struck me most about America was everyone's friendliness or socialness. People just strike up conversations with you, ask how your day's been, and really connect with each other based on whatever's happening around them. The weather, how long the wait for the bus is, etc. And somehow these fleeting connections were very real and genuine to me. I came back home a much more enlightened person with my horizons very much broadened. So, thank you Americans for showing me simple human kindness. I was told I speak very good English. I'm English. French living in California. American are super friendly and will engage a discussion whenever they can. Oh, and Americans speak very loud too. I was walking to Target the other day and this woman was shouting at me asking for directions. She wasn't panicked or angry or anything. She was just shouting. Whole camps of homeless people living under highway overpasses in New Orleans. In New Orleans those people are referred to as the middle class. Clean air, clean tap water, people even drink it, WTF. I came here from Russia. People wishing me a good morning and saying hello when I didn't even know them. Always had a misconception that Americans were mean and rude. Wouldn't say it would be shocking but just a tad startling. Basically flags. Flags everywhere. On the pavements, in the windows, on the side of buildings, up poles, on cars, on doors, on posters. Pretty much anything it could be stuck to. Oh, and the real comfy feeling of diners. Genuinely felt welcome in any I went for a cup of tea in. Always got a raised eyebrow and a question when I asked for hot tea instead of iced tea. That seems like such a strange idea, to go into a diner just for a cup of tea. I'm from Australia and I couldn't believe how high the water levels are in your toilet. My balls nearly touch the water, haha. Also your drive-through ATMs. Crazy. Yeah, when I went there, I suddenly realized why their toilets overflow when they get clogged. In Australia, the water in the flush isn't enough to overflow the bowl. How freaking big the cars are. I'm Italian. If you like those prices you should go to Costco. 4.5 gallons of ketchup $1.30. So much types of fast food. Canadian as well. I'm used to like max 4 choices, but in the States there's like 15, and there's a definite hierarchy of quality. I'm American, but I live in Hawaii and visited Virginia, which was more than just a time change. I have never in my life seen so many restaurants. They are everywhere. It felt like every second business was a restaurant, and there weren't any hills where I was, so directions were given thus. Take a left at the Golden Corral, then right at the Cracker Barrel. If you get to the Olive Garden you've gone too far. The US is huge and even states adjacent to each other can be very different from each other. The experience is a person who visits San Diego, California compared to rural West Virginia or Houston, Texas or Wyoming is very different. If you think McDonald's is cheap, you should go to Speedway. You can buy like 3 hot dogs and not even spend $1. These hot dogs will probably kill you if you eat too many of them, but still, they are cheap. Sam's Club, hot dog for 99 cents. 30 ounces drink 89 cents. Combo $1.70. It's like a huge ass hot dog too. Coming in from China, it was amazing how not crowded the public transportation was. Well, after I got over the lack of public transportation. Sure, rush hour was busy, but I didn't have to wait for 3 trains to pass to rudely push my way into the subway. Also, no one stole my stuff. Drive through banks. My cousin from Vietnam flew into America sometime in December and she recalled that her first reaction was, wow, there's so much sugar covering the ground it was snow, but she really thought we sprinkled sugar everywhere for shoots and giggles. Why she's never heard of snow, I don't know, but it was adorably hilarious. Yep, we frosted the north just for her. This is probably the most interesting thing I've read in a while. I love to hear people's views on our country. I just came back from 3 weeks USA, and I remember being shocked by the huge amount of diabetes products in your average Walgreens. Glucose meters everywhere. Here in Holland people don't just get diabetes, and if they do, it's mostly type 1. And then I tasted Butterfingers. Frick, then I understood. As an Australian who just came back from America this year, what the frick man, you guys have pretzel M&Ms. Share that crap around, frick. Give US Tim Tams. Brit with a short list after visiting Florida. 1. Felt very weird not recycling empties. 2. Baffled by savory food getting a sweet accompaniment. Pancake batter, corn dogs, pizza and cookies etc. 3. The cars being so big, driving a Crown Vic felt like being a bus driver. 4. Everyone being so friendly. Took me 2 days to figure out how to react to random conversations with strangers. Awesome trip. I never expected a culture shock. I lived in China until 1999, grade 5 in elementary school. Then our family moved to Dallas, Texas. Within the next year, the following things were very surprising to me. 1. Everything is ridiculously big, from the size of our apartments to people's houses to the size of roads to the length of time it takes to get downtown. We lived in North Dallas, near Arapahoe and Hillcrest. 2. School classrooms resembled something like a wonderland. There were bright colors everywhere. Tables are put together into clumps instead of ordered in neat rows from back to front. Then there were stuffed paper mache animals on the walls with people's names on it, cute little mailboxes for everyone, TVs and computers in every classroom, a cafeteria filled with tasty foods and snacks, and playgrounds with swings. 3. We were learning 405 equals 2000 in math class. 4. The nice people at church actually took their religion seriously, like, actually believed it to be real. I always thought religions were stories you learn because they were important cultural stories that had some education value, like the story of Prometheus giving fire to humans, for example. I used to teach English in China. I can see why you were so impressed about the state of American classrooms considering what the average Chinese classroom looks like. Your students are amazing to teach, though. Even the naughty kids were a welcome break from the average British pupil. How hard it is to get a drink. I'm Irish and over 21 and in California. Even with a passport and driver's license I was treated with skepticism. Blood started to enter my alcohol stream a few times while I was there. Shudder. Brazilian here. Everything is so freaking cheap. From food to soda to cars and computers. Everything is 1/10 of the freaking international price. There were a few things, both awesome and scary, which shocked. The obvious ones are food related, obesity related, which have been said to death here and in other threads. For me, in a road trip across America, it was the sheer size of cities, towns etc along highways. Coming from Australia, the sheer number of people and large cities was astounding. NB, I haven't been to China or India, and while I have traveled elsewhere, nothing compared to USA for me with regards to this. Children on a leash, never seen that in Europe. Confederate flags on trucks in Vermont. Yep, that has become a redneck thing. It's weird. I have even seen black men rocking Confederate flags. Tax. Why not put a freaking price sticker that includes it so I don't have work out if I have enough money for everything? You have to freaking drive everywhere. Canadian here. I first went to the US. In the 90s, when I was in my early teens, I had assumed that people would be rude and, worst case scenario, shoot me. I was shocked when people were friendlier than they were back home. So where yawl from followed by a big grin was the most common occurrence. It was awesome. The water pressure in American showers is so freaking high, you could seriously kill people with those showers. Whoa, that is cheap. Macca's meals here in New Zealand cost at least $8 and are upwards of $10 for a Hunger Buster or anything bigger. A huge thing advertising hempcom with a big cannabis leaf. In Mexico we're killing each other in a stupid drug war, and in the US is so casual that they have conventions. It really shocked me. I was on the West Coast for about 2 months a couple of years ago. I'm from the Netherlands. Things that struck me. 1. Portion sizes. Your small pizza is our large pizza. Your medium pizza is our family pizza. Your large pizza doesn't fit inside our borders. 2. Clean streets. I saw a lot of $1,000 littering fine signs. Must have worked, because there wasn't so much as a cigarette butt on the streets. 3. Space. You have a lot of it. Everything is bigger, taller, larger, wider and further apart. 4. Food is cheaper than in Europe. Alcohol is more expensive. 5. I figured out why you don't see a lot of American cars outside of America. I'll stop here before I insult people. 6. No aggressiveness at sport matches. I visited a Giants game in SF and couldn't believe my eyes when a Giants and Cardinals fan were sharing a couple of beers and eating hot dogs together while cheering for different teams. In Europe, we have to separate soccer fans from the moment they arrive in the game city until the second they leave, to stop them from bashing each other's brains, heads in. Also, the entertainment value with all the songs and games is much higher than in European sports matches. It's just football fans who can't be trusted in Europe. Rugby fans are allowed to sit next to each other and drink alcohol etc. There were not posters of Castro everywhere. Ped zing. Ped means duck in Thai. Zing means virgin racing depending on the accent. Those signs are warnings so you don't get caught up in a duck race. That's some dangerous crap. I was in the M&M superstore in Times Square and saw a woman so fat, just so fat she used a scooter. Sigh, that's unfortunately not exceptionally unusual. When I came to the States from Bangladesh, I was shocked how rich people are so skinny and poor people are so fat. In my country it was the opposite. Waffles. From New Zealand, and I've only ever seen them in America.
Man, I sure do love great content, and I'm working on some of that over at Updoot, man. So you should go there right now. Go there. Go if you aren't subscribed to this channel, subscribe. Then go over to Updoot, man. Right there. You click right there. You click right there. You better do it. So help me, you better go over there because you deserve something good. I put my heart and soul into this stuff, man. You don't even understand. No pressure.